Hello, class, receiving students and teachers.
Hello, Miss Irma.
Thank you. You may sit down. All right. 6Es and receiving students. Before we continue on with our lesson, we're going to have a quiz, all right? So, receiving students, I'd like you to have a piece of paper in front of you. Receiving teachers, please give your students a piece of paper. Now, I'd like you to write your name quickly. Write your name on top. And you're going to write number 1. Quickly, write number 1. All right, remember, in a quiz, you are not allowed to copy from your friend, okay, receiving students, your own work, okay, or your own answer. Now, I'm going to require you to do your working out neatly, okay, on that strip of paper. Now, I'm going to give, this quiz is going to be about 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So, are we ready? We have our names in front, class, receiving students. All right, the question reads, class, 2 whole and 2/3 minus 1 whole and 1/3. Okay, receiving students, 6Es, 2 whole and 2/3 minus 1 whole and 1/3. Okay, remember your own working out, no copying from your friend. Okay, receiving students, the question is up on the PowerPoint. 2 whole and 2/3 minus 1 whole and 1/3. Now make sure to do your working out neatly, step by step, okay? Follow what you have learned in your previous lessons, okay? Now remember, your own working out, your own work. Okay, once you have finished, you sit up straight. Once you have finished, I'd like you to sit up straight. Okay, receiving students, if you have finished, you sit up straight and wait for the others to finish. Later, I'm going to tell everyone to stop, okay? I'll tell everyone to put their biros down or put their pencils down. Everyone will stop and we are going to correct the question. All right, time up. I'd like everyone to stop. Receiving students, receiving teachers, make sure that your students stop what they're doing. All right, everyone put their biros down. Biros down quickly. No more writing. Biros down. Sitting up straight. Okay, I'd like you to give your paper to your friend sitting next to you. Quickly, I'd like you to exchange your papers. Receiving students, I'd like you, please, exchange your papers. Your friends are going to mark your work. Okay, quickly, you shouldn't be holding on to your own paper. You should have your friend's paper. Friends, check that you're not holding on to your own paper. Is that yours, Victoria? Change. Just change. All right, we're going to correct our work, class. Receiving students, you are correcting your friend's work, okay? Not your own work. So let's have a look. 2 whole and 2/3 minus 1 whole and 1/3. Now remember in our previous lessons, we looked at the steps, the methods of how to subtract mixed numbers. Now, looking at these 2 mixed numbers, 2 whole and 2/3 minus 1 whole and 1/3. Who can tell me something about the denominators? Are they the same? Okay, denominators are the same, all right? They're not different. 3 and 3, same denominators. Or we say like fractions, okay? So you should have the idea of subtracting that. Okay, let's have a look at our working out. Class, I'd like you to compare your working out with your friends' working out with the working out here on the PowerPoint. Okay, receiving students? Okay, check your friends' working out, check. Now, if working out is not correct, please, I'd like you to correct your friend's work, okay? Receiving students, please correct your friends' working out. Firstly, subtract the whole numbers, 2 minus 1, okay? Check if your friends did that. If not, make the correction beside your friends' working out. 2 minus 1, and then which is 1 plus 2/3 minus 1/3, which is equal to 1 plus, you subtract the numerators, which is 2 minus 1, and you keep the denominator, which is 3. So then you should have 1 plus 1/3. Your answer, your final answer should be 1 whole and 1/3. 1 whole and 1/3. So I'd like you to check your friends' work. If they got 1 whole and 1/3, you give them a tick, all right? Now wait first. If they follow the correct working out, if the working out was correct, 1 mark for correct working out and 1 mark for correct answer. Total should be 2. If your friend didn't get the correct working out, then, and if you got the final answer, maybe you can just put 1. Finished? Like I said, make sure you make your corrections. Help your friend by writing the correct step where he or she missed out. All right. Once you're finished, I'd like you to give your papers back. If you have finished marking, give your papers back. Okay, receiving students, give back your paper to your friend. Quickly. Give back your paper to your friend if you have finished marking their work. Quickly. Now hands straight up if we got 2 out of 2. Hands straight up if we got 2 out of 2. Well done. Okay, hands down. 1, receiving students, 1 out of 2. Hands up if you got 1 out of 2. Very good. Okay. Okay, you others, if you didn't get that correct, please, your corrections have already been made for you, okay? All right, I'd like you to give yourselves one big clap for trying. Okay, very good. Okay, put your papers away, receiving students and class. Okay, we'll move on to today's topic. All right, receiving students and class, our topic for today is, everyone read, please.
A fraction of a whole number.
Okay, a fraction of a whole number. Okay, I'd like someone to read loud, please, this question on the board or this problem on the PowerPoint. Okay, Alan, can you read, please, loud and clear? Okay, you others, quiet.
Mobile phone on sale for two-thirds of the original price. If the original price was 27 kina, what is the number new sale price?
Okay, thank you, Alan. All right, mobile phones, okay, let's say mobile phones, they are on sale for 2/3, okay, 2/3 of the original price. Now the original price, how much is the original, how much are the mobile phones, the original price?
27 kina.
Okay, receiving students, 27 kina. So anyway, the mobile phones are on sale for 2/3. Okay, 2/3. So what is the new selling price? Okay, receiving students and 6Cs. What is the new selling price? Okay, here we are dealing with fractions of a whole number, receiving students, 6Es. So 2/3 of what? Two-thirds of, anyone who'd like to complete that sentence or this sentence that I'm trying to give? 2/3 of,
the original price.
okay, thank you. 2/3 of the original price, which is how much? 27 kina. So 2/3 of 27 kina. Okay. So how are we going to work out 2/3 of 27 kina? All right, receiving students and 6Cs. Okay, like in the other previous lessons, when you are adding mixed numbers, subtracting, you went through steps, and the methods of how to calculate, all right, of how to work out, how to add, subtract, like fractions, unlike fractions. So today, we're also going to look at fractions of whole numbers, and we're going to work out by looking at the steps and methods. All right, let's look at 2/3 of 27 kina. How are we going to work out 2/3 of 27 kina? Okay, everyone up here, receiving students and class. So remember, 27 kina is the original price of the mobile phones. But now maybe let's say there's a special and it's going for 2/3 of the original price. So the price, okay, will change. The price is going to change. It will be a new selling price. So 2/3 of 27 kina. Look at this of. The word of is now changed to times. Receiving students. If I say 2/3 of 27 kina, I will now change. I won't use of, but I'll put times. Okay. Of is changed to this multiplication sign. 2/3 times 27 kina. Is that clear, class? All right, now let's look at the steps. All right, the steps of how to multiply a fraction of a whole number. Step number 1. All right, step number 1. Okay, can I have, let's have Alison, please. Can you read number 1, please?
Multiply the whole number with the numerator and leave the denominator as it is.
Okay, thank you, Alison. All right, it says multiply the whole number with the numerator and leave the denominator as it is. Okay, after I've changed the of sign to multiplication sign, now I can leave the kina sign out first. I leave the kina sign out first and then I deal with just the numbers, the whole number, which is 27. So multiply the numerator with the whole number, which is 2 times 27. Okay, leave the denominator as it is. So here 2 times 27 over 3. Okay, class? That's step number 1. 2 times 27 over 3. So here I multiply the numerator with the whole number, which is 27. So let's say we leave out the kina sign. We just deal with 27. So 2 times 27 over 3. All right, the next step. Step number 2, let's have Carol. Okay, thank you. Just number 2. Okay, maybe one of his friends can help him. Quickly.
Cross or cancel or simplify where necessary.
Okay, cross cancel or simplify where necessary. That's the second step. Okay, step number 2, everyone look up here. Okay, you cross cancel or simplify. So here, you can see that I've crossed 3 and 27, meaning I simplified 3 and 27 because it can be simplified. So 3 into what gives me 1 and 3 into what gives me 27. Okay, 3 into 3 is 1, 3 into 3 is 1, 3 into 27 is 9. Okay, 3 into 3 is 1, 3 into 27 is 9. So I only stop there. Okay, third step. Everyone, class, read.
Multiply the numerator, then simplify.
Okay, once you have simplified, now you just multiply the leftover. Okay, which is 2 times 9 over 1. So 2 times 9 is 18 over 1. So don't forget, because it's talking about, we're coming back to the question, 27 kina, 2/3 of 27 kina. Once you've got your answer, remember, the new selling price is how much? 18 kina. The new selling price of the mobile phones is 18 kina. Are we clear, class and receiving students? All right. Okay, not only can you use the steps or methods, you can also, when you're multiplying a fraction of a whole number, you can also show it in a diagram or a pictorial form. And I'm going to show you one now using a pictorial form or diagram. Okay, class? Now, receiving students, I'd like you to get ready, because you're going to see that you're going to see an inset, okay? An inset of a example of a diagram or pictorial form using this here, 2/3 of 27 kina.
In this insert, I will show you how we can multiply 2/3 of 27 kina using a pictorial form or a diagram. Now here I have a total of 27 kina made up of 1 kina coins. How can we show 2/3 of 27 kina using these 1 kina coins in the form of a diagram? Firstly, I divided 27 kina into 3 groups of 9 kina. As you can see, one group of 9 kina, 2 groups of 9 kina, 3 groups of 9 kina, which is a total of 27 kina. Or in other words, I can say 1/3 of 27 kina is equal to 9 kina. So, what is 2/3 of 27 kina? So, 2/3 of 27 kina, one group, okay, look at the other group, 2. So, what is the total altogether? 2/3 of 27 kina, 2/3 of 27 kina is equal to 9 kina plus 9 kina, which is equal to 18 kina. So, 2/3 of 27 kina is 18 kina. So, from this insert, you can now multiply a fraction by a whole number using a diagram or even using a pictorial form.
Okay, class and receiving students, you just view that insert on showing 2/3 of 27 kina using a diagram or a pictorial form. So, not only can you use the methods and steps, you can also show this using a diagram. All right, we're going to move on with our exercise, class and receiving students. I'd like you to work in pairs. And complete these exercises. All right, multiply these fractions using the steps. All right, you have 2 questions here, A and B. Quickly, A and B. I'd like you to work in pairs, please. In pairs, I'd like you to copy the 2 questions down quickly, A and B. Now here you're going to use the steps. Follow the steps. The steps which are here on the board, you are going to follow that to complete A and B. Okay, make sure you follow the steps. Okay, the steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. If you have any problems, please ask.
One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
6 of 36. Not kina, it's only ki. It's just a whole number, no kina. Only the second one, yes. Okay, who's finished with A? Hands up if you finished A. Just write it here. Okay. Who's finished with A? All right, we're going to correct A now, class. Receiving students. Okay, we'll correct A together, class. 2/3 of 36. Okay, receiving students, I'd like you to correct A together with your teacher. All right, first step. All right, firstly, I have the question here. Now, firstly, hands up. What am I going to do first? 2/6 of 36. Can someone tell us? Firstly, you look at the word. What are we going to do first? Before we go on to our step 1. Come on, 6s, receiving students. Are we still going to have the word of? No. Okay, what will it be changed to? Times, okay, multiplication sign. Come on, 6s. So 2/6 of 36. So I can write it as maybe below here. Say 2/6 of or times? Times, multiplication sign, and then 36. All right, now let's go to our first step. All right, what do we do? Multiply the whole number with the numerator, okay, and leave the denominator as it is. So here, which two numbers do I multiply?
2 times 36.
All right, 2 times 36 over 6. Okay, very good. Next step. Next step. What do I do with the next step? What do we do? All right, we cross cancel or what? Simplify. All right. So, which two numbers can I simplify here? 6 and 36. So, which number do I divide these two into? 6, huh? All right, 6 into 6 is 1. 6 into 36 is 6. All right, good. The next step, multiply the numerator. So 2 times 6, which is over 1. 2 times 6 is 12 over 1, which is equal to 12. 12 kina? 12 kina? No, it's just 2/6 of 36. Maybe in the next one, yes, 3/7 of times 14 kina, that will be in kina sign. Your answer will be in kina sign. Okay, receiving students and class, we'll stop here. I'd like you to complete that other question for your homework. All right? All right, our summary class. Our summary, remember, of is changed to a multiplication sign. Okay, that's all for today's lesson, class. Don't forget your steps. Your steps are very important. You have your steps, and you have another way of multiplying a fraction of a whole number by using diagram or pictorial form. All right, thank you class and receiving students for your participation in today's lesson. Our key phrase is a fraction of a whole number. Okay, thank you class and receiving students for your participation in today's lesson.